Welcome back to another edition of the Sit Down at Uptown. The Sit Down at Uptown. I'm host Angelo Sykes, owner of Uptown Comedy Corner. We have a special guest tonight, Mr. 305 himself, straight from the bottom, Miami, Florida. Our man Marvin Dixon. What's good, Marvin? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Lo? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. But first of all, let me do this. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. If you check out this video with me and Marvin Dixon and any of our other videos on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. Keep our numbers up. Everything's blowing up, and we want to continue to make it moving.
Yes, indeed. Do it, y'all.
Do it, y'all. So, Mr. Marvin Dixon, bro, how you doing, man?
Hey, man, when I wake up, I'm good. Somebody didn't wake up this morning. I'm blessed to be able to wake up.
Hey, these are big facts, ain't it?
Hey, once you wake up, everything else is easy.
Everything else is easy.
Everything else is easy.
I tell you that all the time, man. That's half the battle, man. Getting up is half the battle.
That's it.
Hey, everything else we can go to war with. So, Marvin, man, we got a lot to talk about, right?
Uh-huh.
But I want to start by getting to what you've dealt with here recently. You had a pretty serious incident, man, that occurred in your life, man.
Yeah.
Talk about it a little bit.
I got injured. I had a bad injury. I fell off a 20-foot ladder, and as I was stepping down, I stepped between the you know how you ladder, you go down the step? The first one, I missed it and stepped between it, and as I fell down, the ladder weighed about 130-some pounds, and it fell and crushed my femur. And I just had to, I got the ladder off of me. I didn't know how I got the ladder off of me so fast, but they said the adrenaline was in you, and I threw it off me. I got it back, scooted up, called 911, got the paramedics there. They got me to the hospital, and then they told me your femur is crushed. And so they had to quick operation and get me back straight. I had to learn how to walk again and everything. And that happened on Halloween.
Wow.
And they told me you're 4 months ahead of schedule, over 4 months ahead of schedule, because I don't walk with no assistance. I don't need a walker, cane, nothing. I just get up and start walking. I got a little limp. But I'm gonna walk that off.
Is the limp gonna be permanent or
no? I hope it ain't.
So I mean, that's like a life altering moment, man. I mean,
yeah.
How was that process though, man? I mean, what was your mental like?
In this business, us on stage is how we pay our bills,
right? And
I learned something really, 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 really great, and I like to read a lot. I read something by Al Capone. Al Capone say, you find out when you're doing your most hurt time or your most painful time in life, you're going to learn that you got 4 quarters instead of 100 pennies.
Wow, that's deep.
Al Capone said, you're going to find out you got 4 quarters than 100 pennies. And when I was hurt, I found out I had 4 quarters instead of 100 pennies. See, everybody cool with you when it's good. When you can let them put my name down to get in. Can you get me tickets to this? Can you hook out for this? Can you pay my tab? You get all of that.
All of that.
And then when you hurt, I asked a friend of mine to bring me some. They were supposed to bring me some water, bottled water. Didn't even do it.
Really?
Never did. And stayed near me. It ain't like it was out the way.
Right.
Stay time-wise 6 minutes from me. Say, can you bring me just some bottled water? All right, I'll bring it today. Never came.
Never came.
I had somebody told me I'm gonna bring you something to eat. I'll bring over there by 4 o'clock. Never came. To this day, never came. And I swear on everything I love, they called me this week to get tickets to my show.
Stop playing.
I haven't spoken to them since I got hurt.
Stop playing.
And I said, you really calling me? I knew you was gonna bring that up. I'm like, I could have been dead. You didn't care. But you learn that.
Yeah, man.
You learn that you got 4 quarters instead of 100 pennies.
100 pennies.
When you're doing great, you got a lot of people around.
Everybody.
But when you go, like they say, you get broke or break something, you find out you got 4 quarters.
Find out.
Yeah.
That's real. That's deep too.
Yeah.
Al Capone.
Al Capone said that, and he learned that. He was a gangster leader. He was a mafia boss. And when he went to jail and got hurt and got sick, he wasn't that sick because he wrote that quote down. You found out you got 100, you don't have 100 pennies, you only got 4 quarters. And I found that out.
You're only as good as what you can do for folk half the time, ain't it?
And I told her this, I swear, my exact words. I said, I learned something from you. What? I learned I was your friend, you're not mine.
Wow. That's a heck of a statement.
Listen, this is somebody I didn't mess with, I thought was a friend. got in trouble, helped to pay the rent. Car was getting repoed, gave her money. Not long, gave it to her to get a car. And wouldn't bring a plate of food. That's when you realize.
These are folks that, they call you and say, man, let me know if I need anything.
Yeah.
Hey, that's always the kiss of death right there.
And you being a club owner, you gonna get it a lot.
Oh, man, what?
Everybody asks for a favor, but how many of them ask you this? Hey, man, you need me to pick a comic up from the airport? You need me to go take somebody to the radio? They'll never say that.
Never say that.
Can you get me in? Can you look out for me? Can you take care of my tab? Can I get a discount? You're going to get one of them things when you're a club owner.
Yeah.
Every week. Every time you open that door, you hear that every week.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell people, you learn one thing about something. You got 4 quarters instead of 100 pennies.
100 pennies.
Yeah.
I like that quote.
Me
That's
too.
Deep.
I love it. I live by it now.
Yeah. That's good stuff right there,
I
man.
live by it.
Yeah, man. You're only as good what you can do for people,
True.
man. I've learned that years ago. You're only as good at the minute you can't do for them, hey, you find out you got 4 quarters.
There you go. You only got 4.
I like that, man. I like that. So, now, Mar, let's take a trip back.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a trip back, man. Tell me about the young kid, Marvin Dixon. What was he like?
Wow, fought a lot. I still got my yearbooks with teachers signed, Marvin, who's going to break up all your wild fights in the future? And people look at me because I'm smart. I fought a lot.
Is that right?
I fought a lot. And as I got older, with age come maturity.
Okay.
A lot of stuff now I tell younger comics, hey, man, walk away from that. It ain't worth it. I had to learn the hard way. Stuff wasn't worth it. But as I got older, I realized that. But the young me, especially got in entertainment, let a promoter didn't have my money. I used to get with other comics and say, hey, man, they ain't going to pay us all money. If y'all say y'all got my back, I punch them in the nose. But I need y'all, because we was in, I know a perfect city, Dayton, Ohio. And the promoter left us stranded.
Wow.
And we had to get to another city to fly home. And I had 2 more comedians with me. And I say, man, if y'all help me, I'll punch him in the nose and we can get the money. And they wouldn't help me. So I couldn't do nothing. And had to, chalk that up because it was 5 of them promoters. But I say 5 people can't beat 3 people that bad.
Right.
But that's the young me. I was 20-something. As of now, man, I leave that stuff alone and just say, you can't never. I always tell people this, divide that by the rest of your life. Divide it by if a promoter shaft comics, I won't work for them. And a lot of times comics need to stick together with that.
Sure.
So if somebody short you, why you gonna run and do it? Well, he ain't do me that way. He ain't gonna do me like that. You don't. He did somebody. He could do it.
That's correct.
It's like a dude that's an abuser. Ladies, he beat your behind. A woman, he ain't gonna do me like that. Then he beat your behind.
Right.
Then he beat the next one behind.
Right.
So why get a person that chance and that opportunity?
It may not happen today.
Yeah.
It don't mean it ain't gonna happen.
And people do when they don't pay you? They'll walk up to you like it ain't nothing. What's up, man? What the hell up? You still owe me $300. And back then, that was a lot of money.
Sure.
But just the worst part is I got there and I needed that money to get back home. So I flew there one way, just before the internet.
Right.
Now you could check your stuff. Back then, fly one way and then you think you got another ticket when you go to the airport, and I go to the airport, didn't have no ticket. And I had to buy a ticket to get back home. So I went there in a hole. And I just but I learned that any comic, when I start promoting shows, no comic in the country can never say I ain't pay them all the money we agreed upon, nor can they say I ain't put them up in a rack. I ain't never put them in a raggedy hotel.
Right.
I always looked out for comedians.
Right.
I hate when comics do this. I know you go through this. They come in the room, and it's a room extra packed. They'll say, man, you should give me a bonus. There's more people here. You don't know what he went through to get these people in here.
Right.
You don't know if they free, if they pay. You don't know what he went through. They just looking at the optics. Like, man, it's a lot. Them the ones that never did their own show. Yeah. Never promoted their own show. And I tell people when they call me up now, we're in the age of internet. I've had promoters, or not promoters, managers, agents. He got 900,000 followers. I said, well, take your own money and do the show yourself. Because them 900,000 people ain't finna come to this show to see him.
That's correct.
And if he's not seasoned, I'm not booking him. I don't care how many followers they got. I've never booked an internet comedian because he had 1 million followers.
Right.
I book comics because they're true comedians.
Right.
I'm still old school with that way because people in Miami trust me. I'm going to bring somebody funny, not somebody just famous. And a white man told me this. He was the biggest promoter in the world at one time. In the world. He said, and this is a white dude, so I'm going to tell you something, don't be offended by this. Your people are the easiest to fool. This was a white guy. He said somebody could set themselves on fire. We will bring them to a comedy club and book them, and y'all sell out to see him. He'll bomb. We'll bring him back 6 more months later. You'll pay to sell it out again, and we might can do them 3 times till y'all realize I ain't paying no more to see him.
Right.
But we won't do our people like that. He said, you know what we do? If somebody get a big following quick, we get writers from them, surround them by people, make them do open mic till they get a set. And he told me that. He said, but that's what it's going to. But he said, we do y'all like that. We won't do us like that.
Do us like that.
He said that.
I believe that.
He literally told me that.
I believe that.
He said, don't get caught up in the hoopla, because I done seen brothers and sisters do a show. Me and Steve Brown one time was out of town, and the promoters told me, Steve, we were going up first, and the other dude was gonna go last. I ain't know him, but he was an internet dude that had like 1 point something followers. The dude came in with a posse of people, had this and that. He had champagne in the room. I said, who is this dude? I ain't know him. And I said, hey, I went down there. Hey man, they want to talk to you about your intro or whatever. What you mean intro? They didn't start the show yet. I said, yeah, but you going first. He said, I'm going last. They came to see me. I said, all right. Steve went up. I went up. Steve got a standing no. I got a standing no. And asked Steve what I said. I said, let's go. He said, why we leaving? I said, because this dude gonna eat it, and they're gonna be looking for us to go back up to try to save the show. While I was gone for 8 minutes, the phone rung. Hey man, where you at? I need you to come back. This dude, they booing him. I say, oh well. I said, oh well. We did our job. Yeah. They came to see him. They seeing him. And Steve said, how did you know that was gonna happen? I said, I just knew it.
Yeah.
Steve, we beasts, man. We ain't no secondhand comics. He's not, I don't know this dude. How can we be comedians? How can we been doing this 20 plus years and we don't know this dude? Ever seen him in our life? And he from the South. How is that? He ain't from Nebraska nowhere. He from the South. He say, man, I ain't realized that. Yeah, leave. I get my stuff and go. Because I said, oh, he or she finna eat it.
Go eat it.
And I get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
It happened before more than once.
Oh, I believe that.
I leave.
Oh, I believe that.
I said, I'm gone.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's funny about the show about, you talk about comedians want more because of the crowd's big that night. I usually flip it the other way. So how much of the money would you give me back?
If it was an
empty room.
Nothing.
You hear crickets.
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
They look at you like a tourist.
Then we're gonna stick with what we agreed to.
Right. I always say, whatever we agreed upon, just pay me that. Right. I ain't never walked to you and said, Andrew, I need some more money.
Right.
Hey man, thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Love working with you. Let me know when you need me again.
Right.
And I love comedy. If you notice, think about it. All the years you know me and I've come to comedy shows, I ain't never go up and do guest spots.
That's true.
And the reason I'm a fan of comedy, and I just like to go and support my brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
I don't want to go up and shine. That's your time.
Right.
I don't want to. I had comics tell me, man, you ain't going up, is you? No, I came to show you love, man. Oh, okay, boy. I was going to say I'm going before you. I'm like, this your show. I wouldn't disrespect you like that.
Right.
I'd be laughing. And we like a small knit community.
Sure.
Especially when it comes to black comedy.
Sure.
We a small knit community.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. And brothers like you keep us working. That's why I always tell comics, man. I always say this, and I say this, man, work with the black promoter, man. Do y'all know he have it double hard? You got one comedy club. You ain't got a chain of them.
Right.
The chain works itself out because it's a chain.
Absolutely.
You got a chain of Burger Kings. One of them might take an L, but the rest of them, somebody gonna make money to cover the rest. When you got this, I tell brothers and sisters, hey man, it's a black man doing something. He pay you what he's supposed to pay you, treat you right, go do it. I always say that, go do it, man. I hate to hear a black person say, there ain't enough money. I say, go rent a place and bring yourself. And let me see what you're gonna make. They won't do that.
So you just brought up something, and I'm gonna hold my other question because you just brought up an interesting topic, right?
Uh-huh.
So what do you think about those black comedians that don't do that don't go back to the black clubs they started at?
For everyone that won't, it's 10 that will.
Okay.
I don't be caring because my brand gonna keep growing, just like your brand's gonna keep going. People coming to see a funny show.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I tell them, a lot of brothers do this. I'm gonna tell you what they get caught up on. I already know it. The misconception they do, they get those big time agents or managers, and they forget one thing. Your agent and your manager works for you. You don't work for them. And they always do that. I've called comics just to check on them. Just to check on them. No pun intended. Hey, man, what's up? Leave a message. This Marvin just checking on you, man. Hoping everything, I see you ripping stuff up. I done had a white dude call me back. Marvin, did you trying to book him? No, I'm saying, how you doing? Well, he's doing good, but if you need anything, you call me.
Wow.
The hell, you was a lawyer? I said, I'm just saying, how you doing?
Yeah.
And then I see him later or she later and say, damn, man, I'm just checking on you. Why you got, I ain't know. I said, the message said, hey, man, I'm just checking on you. How you doing? Didn't really want nothing.
Right.
Hey, man, God bless for you. I'm glad you getting your flowers while you living.
Yeah. And
then they'll have somebody call me back, an agent or someone. I'm like, what the hell? I be hating that because they work for you. You don't work for them. That only work with our people a lot of times. And it happens in all fields. Entertainment, football, basketball, because I always say NFL, what, 70 to 75% black?
Right.
But 70 to 75% of the black players got white agents.
100%.
But none of the white boys got black agents. Let's go with the comedy. None of them big-time white comics have a black agent or management.
You're right.
But a lot of the black ones got the agents, the white ones. I be saying to myself, when they sign you, you already made it.
That's right.
They don't go through the struggle of you trying to grow, open mic, going through hell, going behind this person, doing this, doing this. They don't go through that.
That's right.
They get you when you already made it, you in a movie, here they come. Ta-da! Like when, give you an example, Tiffany Haddish, when she blew up. Hey, Tiffany, let me represent you. You made it. Your mama could represent you now.
Right.
Because you made it. But they, hey, to each his own.
I mean, you're right. To each his own. But it's it's extremely disappointing.
Yeah.
When you see that. Like you said, what you said is something that I've said too. I can't count the number of comics. It's like, are you forgetting that those agencies work for you? You don't work for them. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you mean? Well, when it come, they do that song and dance when it come to playing the club. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they be like, what are you talking about, man? Yeah. They work for you. You make that decision.
But you can't tell them that. Hey, my manager, man, my agent don't want me to do it. I done had people call me today. You know why I don't do that, Angelo? I do not book the mega names. I have a residency at the casino. I've had it now going on 7 years. Right. I'm the only black person that has a residency at a casino where I bring in who I want. I bring in 3 comics every month. Right. And I never bring in, my motto is this, I bring the most funniest comics. The other spots bring the most famous. Now, if you go into a comedy show, you want to see funny or famous. Because you can go see them for famous. But I say because when it gets to the famous names, it becomes their show now. Right. Not my show. Right. And I treat everybody equal. All the comics, chill. I had the green rooms for them. They'll tell you I have food set up for them. I put them in a nice hotel. I treat them good. But if it was the opposite way, when the big names, they'll come up there. I don't want nobody back. I don't want this. I don't want this, everything. I done seen people tell they don't want the promoter back there. It becomes their show. When you be giving somebody $300,000, the hell you mean I can't come back here? Right. You hell? You don't know. You can't come back here. Oh, hell yes, I am. I remember I did the tour with R. Kelly. They kicked me off after the first date. Really? Yeah. Why? Because once you announce R. Kelly, it was then. We know he ain't touring now. They told me once you bring him on, jump off the stage. Literally. Do you know how big a stage is in a big venue, in an arena? The stage is about 6 feet high. They told me to jump off the front. Really? I swear to you. They said, do not go back, jump off the front. The hell you mean? And they made me jump off the front. And I thought it was joking. I'm a comedian. I'm saying, y'all ready for who you came to see? Y'all give it up one time. The King Army, bam. I turned around. Security said, my man, right there. Jump off. Are you serious? What? Jump off. Jump off. And them dudes told me, I said, are you serious, man? And I had to get down, scoot on the interstate, and jump off. Like, what you supposed to do? That's crazy. They made me jump off the stage. I'm not lying. They made me jump off the stage. So R. Kelly wasn't just a
abuse with the women, he abuse with the men too.
He did anybody. Nobody, remember him and Jay-Z tour stopped?
Right, that's right.
Remember Neo sued him and won?
Yeah.
That's what he did to everybody. You can't go back there no more.
That's wild.
So what you left your car keys? You better get off that way.
That's wild.
You cannot go back there. That's how he used to do. I tell people that. That's why Jay-Z tour didn't last that long.
Yeah, it didn't last long at all.
It didn't last because how you gonna tell Jay-Z he can't come back? I'm on the stage with you. Well, you better jump on from the front.
That's crazy.
Like what you? That's Jigger.
That's
Y'all
crazy.
went platinum with a song together, best of both worlds.
Right.
And then you gonna tell me, hey, once you sing yours, going off,
You
jump
can't
off.
come backstage
Yeah.
no more.
That's how he did. I tell people I ain't not lying.
Hey, that's bananas there, man.
But you just don't know it.
Hey, were you a class clown in school? You were?
I was more so of as in South Florida we call it ranking, like playing the dozens.
Yeah,
I was good at ranking.
Okay.
I could rank at somebody, but I used to. That's why I used to fight a lot. I could find something. I find your weak spot and kill it, and they get mad. Like
they ready to fight.
a friend of mine, like he cross-eyed to one eye, and I wonder why he wears shades all the time. And we in high school,
Right.
he was cross-eyed, so I talk about his eyes. One dude, his sister was real ugly. And when I talked about his sister, boy, look at he wanted to fight me. He talking about, your mama this, my mama. Look at your sister. And man, we know you ain't gonna have no niece or nephew. Boy, he get mad. I said, if you get a niece or nephew, it's by artificial purposes. He got mad because everybody talked about how ugly his sister was.
Right.
And he knew it.
Gotcha.
I said, how you cuter than your sister?
How you cuter than your
How you cuter than your sister? Man, he was ugly as hell. I mean, she was ugly. He was ugly, but she was uglier.
Right.
And I said, I want to see your parents.
Hilarious.
And I used to always find your weakest point and just tear it up. One dude, when I found out he was we called Title I back then, which is special ed. In Florida, we call it Title I. I said, yeah, you ain't tell me he was in Title I. Oh, man. I said, he in the same class all day. And like in Miami, we got the Title I people was in portables.
Yeah.
You're not in the school building.
Right.
So you and the portables in the back. But he'll come through the front door of the school, walk through the whole school, then go to the portable. Oh, he let me see him one day. Oh, hell. I said, why I found, because nobody knew.
Right.
So you're in the portable. You got the same teacher.
All day.
She just changed classes. You just change seats and stay right there. And literally he was mad because I would just find your weakness and exploit it and just make people laugh about it.
So you were good at ranking, as you call it. So when did the actual comedy bug hit you?
Friend of the family signed me up in an open mic night.
Okay.
And the crazy part is, I know who the comic was who was headlining the first time I ever stepped on stage in my life.
Really?
They signed me up. They would do 3 open micers. And then the headliner. Well, featured in the headliner. They did 3 open mics. This comedy new, like really new in South Florida.
Okay.
Now, I remember this. The first comic went up, second comic went, and the third said, well, this the final one, first time on stage. Give it up one time for Marvin Dixon. I looked around and said, somebody got the same name as me. But they signed me up and didn't tell me. And they grabbed me by my arm and threw me on stage.
Really?
Said, Marvin, pushed me on stage. And I did about 3 minutes and killed. But he said, if you'd had to prepare, you wouldn't have done it. Since you went off your head. And that's what I did. And I remember the headliner, first time I went on stage was Teddy Carpenter.
Wow.
Teddy Carpenter was the headliner.
Wow.
And I never forget that like it was yesterday.
Wow, that's cool.
And big shout out to you, Ted.
Yeah, man.
Ted wouldn't give me no advice though. You know, you're young comic. You want to, hey man, what I supposed to do? Hey man, I'm chilling. And then you learn the business of comedy. Like, don't bother the headliner. You learn it. You just learn the business of comedy. And that's what I did.
You know, something about Teddy headline here not too long ago, a few months back. And I remember him telling me in the office something about how he wishes when he was younger in the game that he would have given more advice.
Yeah, he wouldn't talk to you.
Yeah, he said he wouldn't.
Oh,
he said he wouldn't
goodness.
talk to nobody. But he says he wished he would have, but he had to learn the hard way how things are. Now he says he can reflect back, but
with age come wisdom.
Yeah.
Remember that we was 20-something. Hell, he was 20-something.
Right.
He was older than us probably, but he's been doing it longer than us.
Yeah.
And like young comics now, I talk to him. I would talk to him, and only way a comic can say they don't like me is they'll say, he won't book me. And some of them tell me, you ain't ready.
Right.
What you mean I ain't ready? Oh, this is my favorite thing. What you mean I headline Uptown? I say, no, you went last on open mic night. You didn't headline. You went last on open mic night. It was 8 comics and you was the last one to go up. You ain't headline. Your name wasn't on the flyer.
No,
your name wasn't on the marquee. You just went last.
Right.
It was a draw numbers, you number 8. So you headline. I be killing me with that. I tell these dudes, come on, man.
Hey, that's true story,
Yeah.
man. So you say you did 3 minutes. Do you remember what your first joke was?
Yep.
What was it?
How many brothers eat Bam? P. I said it. On stage. I don't know what made me say that. And then I said something to the dude and I just started killing them. I was just I was really ranking on people. Okay. I didn't have no set.
Gotcha.
And then I started saying, damn, I did pretty good. He said, Marv, you got it, man. You naturally got it. And I just kept doing it till I started building material. And I was blessed because within 3 weeks, the club owner wanted me to host.
Really?
Yeah. After 3 times on stage,
wow.
Get that young dude to host.
Wow.
And that's how I got better.
Is that right?
I started emceeing.
Wow.
And then I stopped doing it because I was like, I was doing it, but they wasn't paying me nothing. Mm-hmm. And I said, man, y'all don't pay nobody. Everybody just doing this. You know, I'm dumb. I'm green. But I was making money.
Right.
Wanda Smith was the host on the open mic night. She'll tell you, she was the host, and she thought I sold drugs. But she said, this dude got a Nissan 300ZX, and he got a crib, he got jewelry, he got to do something. But I had a great job.
Right. And
I was like, man, I'm just doing it to have fun. Wanda moved to Atlanta, and then I took over. And then after that, I stopped doing it after. I said, man, I ain't finna keep coming. And like, I wouldn't show up sometimes. Dude, he calling me and beeping me now. Hey, man, where you ain't supposed to be up here? Man, I ain't coming up there every time for free. And, it took me about a month. I was like, man, the hell, I'm getting out my bed to come here for free. And I finally, he said, okay, we'll pay you. I know my pay was $25 a show, the host. But I just was happy and eager to learn it. And getting better. I got better and better. Next thing you know, I learned one thing, and I used to go on stage and try to rip hard as hell so whoever coming up couldn't follow me. And I don't know why I did, but I'm young. I didn't know the business. Simply Marvelous, I never forget. She said, baby, you here every week. You don't have to go up here and try to kill people off the stage. I said, you're right. She said, work out material, work out new jokes as you host. If a comic don't do good, then go up there and do a little something for the audience. I say, thank you. And then I start learning the etiquette of comedy.
Gotcha.
Then I start learning material, setting the joke up, punchline. I started learning all that. And I had nobody to look up to. I had nobody. I learned it on the job training.
Wow.
I had to learn. I just watch. Then I think of a story. And I remember, think of something that happened to you that you could relate to. And just make it funny, like you're talking to your friends, and make it a story. And I started doing that.
Gotcha.
And got better and better. And she said, don't look at comics too much because young comics have the tendency of stealing.
Right.
Because they seen it's funny, they believe I could do that.
Right.
And I never watched nobody. Even now when comics say, man, you ain't seen me on stage? Nah, man, I was in the back. I didn't watch you. Oh, man, I want you to see me. I said, I heard the audience, they was laughing, so I know you was funny, but I don't watch nobody in front of me because psychologically, I don't want to do nothing you do. That's all I do. I just say, nah. I've seen comics go up in front of me and do a joke of mine. I used to do a strip routine when I was on Def Jam. And when I did the strip routine, I remember nobody really could. It was hard to follow that. And then I did a show in Norfolk, Virginia, and a comic went ahead of me and he stripped. And that was the day I said, I cannot depend on that to close. Gotcha. I better find different ways to close. Even though I joned the hell out of him for doing it. Because I said, how many of y'all seen me? People clapped. I said, his ass, did y'all see what he did? I said, this reminds me of Cena Coming to America. I'm the Big Mac, he the Big Mick.
Right.
And I just started doing that, and everybody was rolling. I said, I got 2 all-beef special sauce and less cheese. I said, I got sesame seeds. He don't. And then the part that killed everybody, I said, I got to go to Nards. He had to go to Nards. Right. I just talked about him, and I really killed him. And he was a local dude that everybody loved, but I killed him. And they told him, you wrong, man. Why you going to do that stuff in front of that man?
In front of the man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He stripped right in front of me. I said, okay, now I'm finna learn other different ways of closing.
So when you hit the stage that first time, did you feel the energy, like this is what
Yeah,
I
it was
wanna
like
do
a high.
right there.
It was like a high. Everybody, man, you was funny as hell. And then I didn't go up the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I seen somebody, because I worked at the airport, and this dude said, hey man, you a comedian. I said, nah, I went on stage. He said, no, dog, you a comedian.
Really?
I said, that was your first time? You need to go back up there because you funny as hell. And I just, okay, you know what, I'm gonna try it. I called my boy, I'm gonna go back this week. And I got better and better. I said my third open mic, they made me the host.
Made the host.
After my third open mic.
Wow. That's big.
They say, you the host. And now we had other open micers in South Florida, but it's like I superseded them that quick. Like this dude can mess with people and make it funny as hell. Because I learned one thing, I never made nobody mad. That's the key. I used to make them laugh.
Gotcha.
And I always said, do not, and I always talked to, like Simply Marvelous took time and talked to me. I knew all the comics that sat and talked with me and gave me advice.
Okay.
But I remember the first time I talked to Teddy C. like, hey man, watch out, man. I'm trying to get ready for my set, man. You got to get that on your own.
Right.
I'm like, damn. And then I remember Teddy had a comedy club.
Mm-hmm.
And I was rooting for the brother to go, but I knew, you know what I learned? I watched mistakes that a lot of people make and learned and did the opposite.
Gotcha.
And that's what some brothers didn't do. I learned one thing, you ain't never bigger than this microphone.
Facts.
I said, I done seen hosts think they was bigger than the room that they were hosting. I said, I'm gonna explain something to you. I told a young dude this one time, they're gonna ask 2 weeks where the hell you at. On that third week, they ain't asking no more. They're gonna accept who else there now. I say, unless you could take that crowd and move them to another location, that's how I learned I had a following in South Florida. Okay. New owners bought the club I was doing. Every Tuesday, I had 1,500 to 2,000 people. Every Tuesday.
Wow.
This dude asked me, told me, hey man, you know, they're the new owners. We're gonna do everything in-house. I didn't really know what that meant. So right. Yeah, man, we're gonna pay you $150 for the week. The week. We talking about $50 a show. I did Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I said, what? I said, man, you crazy? Because I was making money. Remember, $10 a head. I got 2,000 people in there. The hell you talking about you going to give me
$50 a day?
$50 a day. He said, take it or leave it. I said, man, I got 2 more weeks to finish the airplane tickets. Let me do them and I'm out of here. Nah, you got to tell us now. I said, no, let me finish. No, you ain't finna get up there. I know how I ended my last night? I got good news and bad news. The good news is it was a club called Miami Nights. Miami Nights gonna be doing comedy each and every week, man. Support these, the new owners, support these brothers and show them love. The bad news is my last night. I say, but I've been blessed with other opportunities and I gotta explore those opportunities, man. But thank y'all for supporting me so long and support these brothers. That's how I left. And then the dude, they standing on the side like gangsters. Like they gonna do something to me if I say something crazy. I got off stage. Oh, I thought you was gonna say something crazy. We was gonna do something to you. I say, hey, man. I say, no, you gonna get yours in the next 3 months. What you mean? I say, because this gonna shut down. I was wrong. It shut down in 2 months. And that's when I found out my following. I went to another place, and that crowd followed me.
Followed you.
And I said, dang. And next thing you know, dude, hey man, what it take to get you back? I never come back. I told him that I'd never come back. Man, come on. I said, no, you thought you was going to come in there and gangster me. Right. You own a whole nightclub. Remember the club was jumping Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You making money. You had the hottest Thursday night in the state. You had the hottest Friday night, the hottest Saturday night. And you going to sit there and want to take my little comedy thing that I built up? Because he was looking like, we ain't finna let him walk away with this money. Because he said that. His exact words, I know one thing, hey, you ain't gonna be walking out here with all that money. You take $150 for the week and call it, take it or leave it. Wow. I said, I'll leave it. And I left it and built my following up. Then I end up going to the Improv. And I said, how would y'all like for this crowd to be the y'all spot every week? That man looked and said, what the hell? Hell yeah. And I transferred over to the Improv. Really? And then the club ended up shutting down. Nobody else will start going there no more. I ain't know I was the pillar of that spot. Oh, man, them new dudes. First, they was new. They wasn't from Miami. And then you going to come and try to run Miami. They had called me, man, that's our golden child. This man here bring a comedy like this. And I just left it. Just went on here about my business. Then I ended up leaving. I'm Improv, and now I'm at the casino at Dania Beach where I do a residency at a casino and sell it out. So I tell people, man. And the dude I ran into him years later, man, you're wrong, Mar. You ain't want to come back. Would you came back and somebody told you that?
Absolutely.
And he said, man, yeah, he said, I know we was wrong the way we handled it. We coming up with that little street thinking. I was like, man, hey, but I left it. But by that time, I was getting more wiser and professional in the business. Like, my mom told me never argue with somebody that you don't own what they have. It's like their car. If you driving their car and they fuss at you by bringing their car back, bring it back. That's not your car. That's his.
Gotcha.
So I learned that. I don't trip about nobody. That's their spot. Gotcha. I learned that at a young age, man. I don't trip about nothing. I don't stress myself over nothing I ain't got control over.
Gotcha.
That's what I learned.
So when you were doing those nights, had you already done the Def Comedy Jam and all the other stuff yet?
No, nowhere near that.
So you just killing the city.
I did Def Jam. I started that night in 92.
Okay.
Right after Hurricane Andrew.
Mm.
And then after that, I did Def Jam in 93.
Okay.
So the next year, I auditioned for Def Jam and got picked and then did Def Jam. And headlined Def Jam.
Right.
I headlined my show.
Right. How was that experience?
I was nervous as hell because never done TV and didn't know how TV go, didn't know placements, didn't know nothing.
Okay.
And they told us, write your joke down, tell us, run through your jokes. And I couldn't because I never wrote a set. I would go off my head, but I was good at timing.
Okay.
If you say you got 7 minutes, no problem. I'll be off at 6. I was good at that. I started getting great at that time-wise. So I was a freestyle comic.
Okay.
And I did Def Jam. All I knew is how I was going to start and end. I don't know what was going to come between. And when I do, I move my hands a lot. What people don't know I'm doing, I'm really watching my watch.
Really?
Yes. I really, that's my little cliche. I do this a lot and I look at my watch.
Okay.
Because I don't want nobody saying you went over.
Gotcha.
You ran over, you stayed on too long. So that was my little cliche. And I did it and standing ovation on Def Jam. Then they brought me the next week to do it. Next year to do it again. So it was cool.
So your show, I mean, you high energy from the beginning. It's always been that way?
Yeah.
Straight?
Because I know black people only got a short attention span. You got a minute to get their attention. 2 minutes to hold them.
Yeah.
3 minutes they're gonna start booing. So you better come with fire.
You're right.
Because every comic been in a situation where a joke don't work in another city. You be like, oh hell, I better transform up. Let me change up. And just learn it. Sometimes you go to your heavy hitters. Sometimes you gotta switch your set around. Let me go to this heavy stuff and come in the front with that, then catch them. If it's a hood room or a young room, young wild, they yelling, they ain't no control of the room. So that's how I learned that. I just started being quick fire. Because, I won every major comedy competition in the country. A lot of people don't know that. I won at that time, it was so many black comedy competitions. Right. I won every one.
Wow.
I got to the point after my third win, when they see I'm in the contest, oh man, he in it again. And then when I won the Bay Area, that was the largest. Yeah. And once I won that, I was through with competitions.
Really?
Yeah, I won the Bay Area.
I did it.
I did everything. That was the top, the biggest. Slit Malt Liquor, Zima. That's back then. All the alcohol beverages did. Zima, Canadian Miss. Everybody did one, and I won every one. Chicago for the finals. Alabama one time was the finals. L.A. was the finals. San Francisco for the Bay Area I won every one.
Wow.
I would win every single one.
I believe that, man. You bring heat. Every time you hit the stage, man, you bring that heat.
I would go up there. And I always say this, I get screwed in a lot of competitions. Because they say whoever win the Bay Area usually get the host, like Comic View. I won, I ain't get nothing.
Really?
I was the first person to win in a while that the dude that created it, his artist didn't win. And I won. And I'm saying to myself, how the hell I win, man? I ain't get nothing.
I don't get it, yeah.
And I remember the Slit Malt Liquor, the winner opened up for Bernie and DL. I did that, but I didn't get to do BET. The winner's supposed to do BET. They picked the dude that got second place to do BET, but not me. And I said, what the hell? Well, his exact words. Well, you ain't want to work with us and sign with us. The hell?
Are you serious?
That wasn't in the damn fine print.
Right.
It's supposed to say, well, if you got to sign with us to do it. And this one, BET was, really hot then because it was a new comedy thing. Yeah. So I just left this thing. I didn't care. Because what I learned? I started doing my own stuff and generating my own revenue. And I started saying to myself, man, I don't need none of that stuff. Because it's the one field of business. It's a blessing and a curse. What we do is a blessing and a curse. The blessing is this is the one form of entertainment you can make 6 figures or more and nobody know who you are. This and DJs. The curse is everybody think they can do it. When a comic, not comic, but when an actor not acting, he try to jump on stage think you're a comedian.
Right.
When a reality star not doing nothing, they try to jump on stage think they're a comedian. You be like, they ain't even a comedian. But everybody think they can do it. That's the easiest form of entertainment. I'm going to jump on stage and be a comedian.
Right.
But you're not none. I ain't knocking your hustle, but be smart about it. Host and bring in 2-3 brothers.
That's right.
That are funny and seasoned.
That's right.
And stop trying to take all the money.
That's right.
Because your money, if you go longer with it, you can make more instead of quick hit. But a lot of them don't like to do it. They want I want to be the star.
Yeah.
And you are the star. Jerry Seinfeld said it best. I wanted a great sitcom. I didn't want to be the star of the sitcom. I wanted a funny show, not to be the funniest on the show. But a lot of times, our people want to be the funniest and put everybody else in the background. I want to be the main one. Yeah. But I just take it for a grain of salt. I ain't tripped. I ain't never been starstruck on nobody. I've auditioned for movies. Somebody asked me, I do the Chill Rock syndicated show. Chill Rock asked me, why you don't do more movies and stuff? I said, man, I don't like all that audition stuff. The people know who they gonna pick. I auditioned for a movie, got a call back, auditioned. It was the last 2 people. Oh, I think you're gonna be it, man. You killed it. The other guy was stumbling and stuff. You killed it. I said, hey, cool. Then next thing you know, hey, we found out Ricky Smiley can do it now. Damn, well, what I did audition for? That's who you wanted all the time.
Right.
Like, well, it just happened. He's able to do it now. We thought he couldn't do it.
Wow.
You ain't got nothing for me then? I can't just be a dude in the movie. Just, we'll call you if we need you. And that happened to me 3 times.
Is that right?
Yeah, you like, man, I ain't got time for all this, man, going down there. Call me if you need me. And that's how I just started taking that attitude. Yeah. You need to go down there and read. Them people know who the hell they want. They know who the hell they want. I'm not going down there reading. And then, oh, you great. And then it was so crazy. They edit him out of all the sets of the movie. The character in that movie, I remember All About the Benjamins.
Okay.
The character name was Snitch Mitch. He was a dude from Miami that hung on the beach and tried to holler at girls all day. I could have played that.
It's easy, right?
Just sit there, and every time Ice Cube and them need some information, they come to Snitch Mitch. Because I knew everything. Who doing this, who did this, who would have did this, who looking. I knew everything.
Right.
And I used to put on some little Spanish-looking clothes and be out there trying to holler at the Spanish girls. And later, I remember the guy that wrote the movie said, man, they should have got you. Y'all said I had it. I didn't audition for commercials. You ain't. I remember one time they told me, well, so-and-so can do it. I said, man, please. The same day of the commercial, they called me about 2 weeks later. Hey, can you still come do it? Well, what happened? He can't do it no more. And I had to go. It was a commercial for Verizon. Was it? Yeah, Verizon. Me, Jamie Foxx, and Shaq. But I'm the one who had the lines. I was a barber talking trash about old school. Walt Frazier was there too. And they pay, I ain't no commercials pay like that. Oh my goodness. I was the barber and I kept talking. Shaq sat in the chair. What the hell you sitting here for? You ain't got nothing to cut. I'm messing with him. And I had all the lines. And I was surprised. Jamie was in there. Jamie just sitting there laughing and all that. And I was like, damn, I got the lines. How soon can you learn these? Man, I'm a comedian, man. We freestyle this. I literally freestyled it. I don't even know what them lines say. I looked at that. Man, I can't say it. This is freestyle. Just say action. We did 2 takes.
Wow.
We did 2 takes.
Wow.
We did 2 takes and I was out of there.
Yeah.
Just like that. They would say, damn, he got it good. When I did the movie Trois, Pandora's Box.
Sure.
1 take.
Really?
When I did 3 Could Play This Game, 1 take.
Wow.
I don't like keep doing that stuff over and over.
Yeah.
Give it to me. Okay, I see what I'm supposed to say. I'm going to say what's going to be more funnier for me. And bam.
And knock it out.
They say, man, it's this. When I do radio drops, bam, 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 I'm done. 1 take usually. 1 take, and I'm out of there. They be saying, damn, man, that's it? You did it? Yeah. I was with Ryan Cameron this way. I did it. They said, you did all 3? Yeah. You finished? And he looked at the producer. He said, you finished. You finished. Yeah, I just learned that, man. I don't like stumbling. I want to hurry up and get it over.
Get over, yeah. That's what's up. So what are your goals then? I mean, what is it that Marvin Dixon hasn't done yet that he wants to accomplish?
I want to do a major have a funny role in a comedy.
Okay.
Syndicated radio to the next plateau.
Okay.
I don't say next level, next plateau.
Okay.
And my retirement, I want to own my own lounge.
Really?
Because I still want to communicate with people, hang with people, talk with people every day. But I want a nice, upscale, small lounge, a couple of 100 people, and I'm good. Okay. That's what I want to do.
Gotcha.
That's my goal. That's my retirement.
Gotcha.
I want to be 80, 90 years old, still in the lounge, where you are the signature person, and everybody looking for you. What Marv at? What Marv at?
Right.
Like that. See, my grandfather owned a restaurant for 60-some years, and he doesn't even run it no more. My mom and uncle runs it, and he comes in and he comes in every day and sit down.
Right.
And people just sit and talk with him.
Really?
And that just makes his day.
That's cool. Yeah.
I told my mama that's why he's still alive. He wants to sit there all day and talk with the people. He ain't nothing wrong with him. No slowing down, no Alzheimer's. He's doing everything, driving, and still like to sit in there every day and talk to people.
That's what's up.
He loves to do that.
So
I'm
you
the
see that
same
yourself.
way.
Yeah.
I always say that a guy who's like another mentor to me, I do a show in Tallahassee once a month. Been doing it for 16 years now. Okay. The guy that owned that club, he 80s. He like 81. He done had the club 50-some years. You know what he say? That's what gets him up. Every day he run everything the day of the day. You know the day of a club is ordering the food, the liquor. He does all that. Really? Payroll. He does everything, but he keeps his mind sharp.
Keeps him sharp. Yeah.
He keeps him alive. Yep.
That's good.
He loves it.
That's what's up.
He be telling me now, who you bringing this month? Who you bringing? Who you bringing? He be right there.
Gotcha.
He's elevating. He done did his first cruise.
Is that right?
Yeah, and had a great turnout.
I bet he did.
He had his first cruise. That's what you should do. Uptown Cruise one time.
It's funny you say that. The server, all my servers came and gave me up one day. They said the exact same thing. We do an Uptown Cruise.
Do Uptown Cruise.
Exactly what they said.
You get some funny comics that you know.
Yeah.
You just work with. Get some. You might have to get maybe a bang or two, but trust me, people love the cruise.
Yeah, exactly what they said too. Yeah.
You block off a certain amount of rooms. And they can pay it.
You not hear something multiple times. It must be something to it. You know what I mean?
Do the Uptown Cruise.
That's good stuff.
No
man.
Comedy club ever did their own cruise.
Yeah, you're right.
Do that.
Interesting. So Marvin, you headline Uptown Comedy Corner this weekend, man.
Right.
Doing your thing as always.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about your history with Uptown from the first time.
First time I did Uptown ever. You had no involvement then. You wasn't even doing comedy then. First time when it was in Buckhead.
Mm-hmm. And let me just tell you a funny story about that. We just had no involvement. When you came through those doors, there was an officer there. That was your boy.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I was a police officer at Uptown. At the
Back then?
Uptown. Yes, sir.
And because Bone Crusher was security.
Bone Crusher was a DJ.
Yeah,
he was a DJ.
And they would never, ever, they wouldn't book me at first.
Okay.
He would not book me because I used to do the little strip routine, and he kept telling me, you can't do that. I'm not going to book him. And the comics in Atlanta really vouched for me because I used to book so many of them. Man, that man, he funny. Yeah, but he does the strip thing. He ain't got to do it. So I came the first time, I didn't do the strip stuff.
Okay.
He didn't know. He seen me one time at a comedy competition. Say, he's funny, but I don't want that strip stuff in my club. I didn't do it. Killed, rip. And then next thing you know, he started booking as a white guy. I can't remember his name, but he was turned into being an actor. And he stole my routine.
I know you talking about.
Of stripping and started doing it in Atlanta. And then he was booking him.
That's right.
And I said, what the hell? How you gonna book him? And then the comics said, we ain't coming up down. You telling Marvin he can't do this, but the white dude stealing his joke and you doing it. Next thing you know, he booked me again and say, just do your thing. And then I killed it. And I remember the white boy came in while I was on stage. And I said, it was so funny because I said, cut the music. I said, we have a joke thief in the house. We say we got a joke thief in the house. I'm like that piano player on The Color Purple. I said, well, time to go. And everybody was rolling. He gonna say, why would you say that? You did steal my joke. Man, our jokes are different. You stripped.
Right.
It's the concept of it. You stripped. And then, he later tried to apologize and stuff like that. But I wasn't, because I'm like, man, do you know how hard it is for black comics to make it?
Yeah.
You got an easier road. I always say this. They say, who are you most afraid to come behind? I'm not afraid to come behind anybody. The most nervous is a white comic that's kind of funny. Because black people would not boo him as quick as they would boo another black person. Sure. A white comic kind of funny. He ain't even that funny. Kind of funny. They gonna listen to him and give him a chance.
Give him a chance.
Us, man, we better come out there and do a somersault, backward somersault with a twist. And then set yourself on fire and say, thank you. You better come with it, man. Right. There's pressure being a black comic.
Facts.
In front of our own people. Yeah. You got to come with it. They show us love now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
White people don't show love like they show love. Right. But boy, you better come with it. That's my nerve. I say, oh, Lord. I remember I did comic view and this white dude got in front of me and started popping and locking. I say, damn. Oh, Lord. I got to come behind. I ripped it, but I was like, oh, Lord. They were like, ah. Say, wait a minute. All he doing is popping and locking.
Right.
But they see any of them do what we know them to do.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Look at it. I'll be like, damn, man. But my first time was, I had a great set. Then I came back, did it again. Then I'll start getting on the regular rotation. And then it moved from Buckhead to, Marietta. And then, y'all been moving around like the Witness Protection Program. From Marietta Street to down by the railroad tracks to by the airport. Hell, I got to sit there and find Uptown. They need to do a game. Can you find a new Uptown? Like,
right? That's funny.
And one thing I give you props on, you keep it a secret when you move to a new place.
Yeah.
Angela, where y'all moving to? Oh, I'll let you know, man. We ain't got anything. I'm like, what the hell, y'all selling drugs or something, man? It's a comedy club. Where it's going to be at? I'll let you know, We looking at a couple of spots. Like, dang.
That's about right.
Yeah, but I'm glad, man. I'm glad Uptown's still booming because you one of the few comedy clubs that book funny comics. Forget the big names. You book funny brothers and sisters. You give a lot of brothers and sisters a chance and opportunity. So I admire you for that, man, because a lot of people don't do that unless they mega names or something like that. They only like it. Or then nowadays they tell you, how many followers you got?
Right.
First of all, to all y'all club owners and promoters and stuff out there, let me tell y'all something. If you book anybody over 40, they ain't into that internet like them young cats are, all right? And then, this is what I tell every young cat. Right. Once they get on that stage and start traveling, now they're not doing as much posting as they used to. Thanks. Because we stay busy, we ain't got time for that. Now they finding out, man, I ain't got time to do all that stuff like I do. I rest my case. I say, that is what y'all don't realize. These cats don't post the way they did before when they was famous, they was home doing stupid stuff every day. Yeah. Now they on the road, they going to this meeting, that meeting, doing this show, that show, getting in this film, that film. They ain't got time for that.
That's true.
And that's when they realize, now I'm busy now. But if some brothers and sisters are just as busy, they just not at that level of far as doing the theaters and all that, but they do a lot of club work, a lot of road comics. And the plus about this business is find your lane, you can run it. There's different lanes in this business. Some people just corporate comics. Sure. That's all they do, the corporate scenes. Good book for corporations, events, and stuff like that. Some of them cruise comics. That's all they do is cruise. Some of them Christian comics. They just do straight church events, gospel shows, and stuff like that. Then you got road comics. And then you got comics that just do theaters only. Right. They just doing theaters only. The only time they're going to do a comedy club when they work in a new routine. That's it. And that'd be the worst show you get. They be charging $80, $100, and they trying stuff out. Right. And I understand they trying to build a new routine. Yeah. But I be saying, just go up open mic night, man. Why you going to make people pay all this money? You finna get paid. And a lot of times I tell people this, I've seen a comic do 20-some shows, probably crashed and bombed on 15 of them. Barely made the last 5. But when he do his HBO special or something, they rock.
Blow it away.
You be like, damn, but he took 10 minutes from here, 10 minutes from here, 10 minutes. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Which is smart, but I was like, damn, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
But we ain't in a position to do that. I got to come and set the place on fire. I got to flip backwards. I got to do everything. I can't do it.
Right.
I can't do it.
Right.
I wanted to, but I can't.
Right. So how you like this new Uptown based on all the ones you've been to?
I love it. No, I'm being honest. I love it, man. Okay. And I told you this. I like the setup because there's so much to do. Just like an entertainment complex. There's other things. You can go somewhere, do this here, then go to the show. Then after the show, you can go to this other spot. Yeah. That's what I love about it. That's what I love. It's so you could just make this an evening.
Right.
We're gonna park, we're gonna go to this show, then we're gonna leave the show, we're gonna go hide down here, then we're gonna leave there, then we're gonna go here. Yeah. And then it's 2 a.m. You go home. But you had a great time.
That's what's up, man.
That's why I love it, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate it.
Please keep doing what you're doing, man. Y'all don't know, brothers like this, we need them in this business because a lot of these big clubs, these chain clubs ain't booking you. They not booking you. I tell them that. I say they are not booking you, man. You better show homage to the ones that are booking you. And stop tripping being difficult. You know, the big names, they getting around all that. And you remember back in the days, they used to wouldn't book us?
100%.
Only black comics I knew
100%.
that did the mainstream rooms was George Wallace, Jimmy J.J. Walker, and Tommy Davis.
That's right.
And the Wayans. But the rest of us,
Wouldn't touch you.
Wouldn't touch us.
Might get a Wednesday night or something like that.
Yeah, might get a night. Then now you look at the schedules, if it's a month, they 3 out the month.
Facts.
Now they got 3 out the month.
Facts.
Now the white boys nervous. Y'all better do like how we did. Go wait till Pizza Bar close and go do it after that. We do jokes anywhere, but one thing about us.
Hey man, that's 100% true statement, man. You know, TK Kirkland was on Bill Bellamy's podcast the other day, and TK pointed out to Bill, it was like, you know, he encourages all his black comedian friends to continue to support clubs like Uptown. You know what I mean? Because he told him, he said, remember, Bill, you know, them clubs wouldn't book us. Same thing you just said. You know what I mean? So how do you not give back? Because I don't know if you're aware, but you know, there's only 6 truly black-owned comedy clubs left in the entire United States. Only
I know.
6. So how do you not give back to those clubs? But you instead play the mainstream clubs, and the money don't be no different.
Nah.
But you'll still choose the other club. You know what I mean?
J. Anthony Brown had the J spot in L.A. All them comics in L.A., them big names, they would not go to J spot.
And that's something.
I told Jay, I'm going to tell you the mistake you made. He said, what's that? You wanted everybody to know you had that comedy club. And you're a comedian. A lot of brothers hate that. And they showed you about not showing up. You should have put a white man picture up there and named it some other spot. And trust me, they would have been there lined up. Yeah. Well, you put your name on there?
Yeah. Sad commentary.
I say, the J spot, they knew it was your spot.
Right.
And he said, you know what? I said, you should have never did that. Because you can always own something, because LA is a different beast. You know, them black clubs don't make it like them white ones do.
Right. And
I always say, like, I seen, like, you need to do a documentary. Really. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, like, I seen Guy did a documentary about Fat Tuesdays.
Fat Tuesdays, yeah.
And what people don't know, I was doing that before LA. I was doing the Tuesday night. I was doing a Tuesday night comedy jam way before LA did a Fat Tuesday.
Right.
And I know I was doing it. Because remember this. Remember Guy Torrey told the whole story about Fat Tuesday most. But people don't realize I gave Guy his first show. So how was I doing the Tuesday at the club and I brought you on your first show?
Wow.
So you ain't started Fat Tuesday till you were seasoned.
Afterwards, yeah.
So that's how I know I was the first one.
Wow.
And then other improvs around the country started doing Tuesday night, because Miami Improv was the highest grossing improv at that time in the nation. And they wondered, how y'all doing this? Man, guys need to do an urban night. Do it Tuesday night or when the off nights. and you'll get a whole different crowd. Except mine, I sold out 2 shows in one night because I had to split that people I had. And next thing you know, everybody started trying to do it.
Right.
Around the country.
Right. Around the country.
Right. Around the country.
That's a true story.
And that's what people don't. I was the first one to do it.
How about that?
I did Tuesday in Miami, Wednesday in West Palm, Thursday in Hollywood. I had all my counties on lock. Because comics used to come down, I make you fly you in, put you up, fly you out.
Gotcha.
And that's what I did.
Wow.
And then the other clubs started doing them. Funny Bone started doing them. Other improv started doing them. And I said to myself, I started this. But they don't give you the homage for it.
Yeah.
And when I got that, I said, hold on, I booked you for my Tuesday. So how y'all saying this was the first one?
You the originator. Yeah.
Yeah, like this. He had the most famous people because you in LA.
Sure.
Miami, we didn't have comics like that in Miami.
Yeah.
We wouldn't like to say nobody. I had nobody to look up to. All comics always got somebody to talk. I ain't had nobody. So I was on the job training. And I would try to get a minute with this person. I would say, man, can I get a minute of your time? And I remember Simply Marvelous once. She said, come on, baby, you can sit on here, we can talk how long you want to talk. That was the first comic did that.
Wow.
And I said, dang, man. That's why I show so much love to female comedians. Because a female comic is the one that sat there and talked.
That's good stuff.
And I remember I got mad the first show I ever did with her when they told me to do 3 minutes. No, 5 minutes. And she said, man, they talking about 5 minutes. She said, baby, do the funniest 5 minutes you got. Don't trip about that. And I said, you know what? You're right. I'm young. I'm learning.
Yeah.
She said, on TV, you're going to do 3 minutes. You got a TV set. And I started learning. I started learning the etiquette of comedy because I didn't know. See, like the Chris Rocks and the Dave Chappelle's, like them, they grew up in the mainstream circuit.
Right.
So they learned it.
Right.
I didn't learn it. And the mainstream wouldn't let me go up on open mic. So I started my own. My mentor to this day, you know what he said? Make it happen around him. So I went to a nightclub. What night y'all not open? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's when I'm going to do it.
That's how you do it.
And that's what I did.
That's how you do it.
And I went from 7 people my first show to 1,500 to 2,000 on one night.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
Love it.
Hey, Marvin. This has been outstanding conversation, man. We just got some real 305 history right there.
Oh,
brother.
yeah.
So listen, we do a podcast on Tuesday night called Classic Conversations. And at the end of that show, we always do a top 5.
Okay.
So I'm going to get you a top 5 tonight. All right? Give me your top 5 Miami artists of all time.
Top 5 Miami artists.
Top 5 Miami artists.
Of all time.
Of all time.
JT Money. Rick Ross. Luke. Trick Daddy. Billy Wright.
Billy Wright.
Yeah, Billy Wright is my top.
Okay.
Billy Wright is my top.
Okay. Nice curveball right there. Didn't see that coming with the other lip.
Billy Wright is on top of Mount Rushmore for me.
That's awesome.
In Miami.
That's good stuff.
Called her Miss Betty, talked to her all the time.
Is that right?
Yeah, I talked to her all the time. Bless you, Miss Betty. I know you're up there looking down, but I used to love just conversing with her.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Billy Wright. And if I throw another one in, my favorite white artist down there, KC and KC and the Sunshine Band.
Sunshine Band.
People don't know KC used to rock them little black parties. Party. It was my jam there. So KC, if he did 6, I'll slide KC in there. Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff, man. Well, Marvin Dixon, man, I appreciate you doing the sit down at Uptown with us, brother.
No problem, man.
I appreciate you coming down to Uptown, man. You've always said call me when you need me, man. And every time I've called, hey.
If I'm able to do it, I'm here.
Never a second thought. And I appreciate that, man.
No, thank you, man. I appreciate the love, man.
Absolutely. I know you got one more show to rock out, man. Sit down at Uptown with man Marvin Dixon. And we out.
Peace.